How are you doing?
Quentin, I'm doing well, and you?
So you moved to Dubai in 2007 from Germany. There was a big bet to come that early to Dubai.
Huge.
Yeah. And so what would you tell your 2007 version of yourself right now?
I would tell my 2007 version to learn more before I came to Dubai.
Okay.
And take some details more serious, because there's always opportunities appearing here which come in phases.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
we have an opportunity now happening.
Mm-hmm.
Every time when there's a down, there is an up. But this time I'm very well prepared.
Great. Okay.
Before I also came with cars and a complete different industry to UAE.
All right. And then you went full-fledged on blockchain in 2016?
16, yes.
Yeah. All right. What made you shift from curious to really convicted?
Well, I read the Bitcoin white paper, and then that's the first time when I read about blockchain, and then I got so inspired by the technology itself, because it can solve so many problems in the real world and solve a lot of corruption and a lot of things which make life worse for people, so it can make it better. But at this time I didn't know about scalability, costs and all these details. But now, fast forward 10 years later, all these problems are also solved, and now blockchain, it's, in my opinion, ready for the real world and a very easy use. So I usually find something new, then I fall in love with it, then my whole world adjusts to the subject. So 2016 I discovered the Bitcoin, the blockchain. I start learning. In 2017 I joined a development firm which developed technology, and I learned much more there. They used a lot of Hyperledger Fabric, so they used like private blockchains for supply chain industries where there's a token but it doesn't tokenize the value of money, it tokenizes GPS coordinates, for example. And they implement it into trucks, and they can't spoof the location. Because there are a lot of tricks how to manipulate or do tricks, but with blockchain a lot of these tricks disappear, which is good because it brings less fraud, less scam and less problems long term. And this was the first applications this company was building. I learned a lot. And in 2018, I co-founded the Dubai Blockchain Center with Dr. Marwan Al-Zaruni and some other people. And there was also a lot of learning, but mainly it was about education of the government sector and a lot of people here. So the Blockchain Center was holding sometimes some, not classes, but like workshops, and it explained how the blockchain works.
And what made you stay in Dubai, in the Dubai ecosystem, and what is the value that Dubai brings into your career, startup development?
Well, a lot. Since I've been in Dubai since ages, and I know the city, and I've seen the city evolving since 2007. And I see how much they like innovation here, and they're open for it. I mean, the place we are sitting right now, this is even called innovation. So the city is ready, and it sets an example for other states and countries in the world to actually adapt what they do, because back in the day, nobody knows about UAE and Dubai. 2018, still people don't know too much. But now, and people were laughing when I'm in the US and I'm telling them, they will tell me, oh, there's only desert, there's nothing happening. But now all these guys who were laughing, they're all here. They all set up a fund or something in Abu Dhabi or ADGM or DIFC or somewhere. Everyone is here suddenly. So suddenly it became the spot, and suddenly the guys with the ideas and the vision who planned this for long term, they were right. So Dubai is the future. I am here because I believe that our technology, it's the best to be piloted from here. Why? Because they're open-minded, they're happy for new use cases. At the end of the day, Dubai itself is like a big startup.
Yes, exactly.
And you have to experiment and try technologies to see if they bring value or not. And I didn't build anything to compete with other brands. We actually want to evolve them, to complete them, with a layer of technology which allows to use innovative new use cases like gamification in restaurants, gamification even in workplaces, gamification maybe in the tourism for people who can't afford to go to expensive museums. I think the human validation is very important, and that every single human has a value and it's not taken for granted. It's rewarded by the human's good action. And I think that's the next layer which we integrating. So there is a win-win system, you know, in any place where people go, so places can flourish and it brings more prosperity for everyone. And that's exactly what it's all about, prosperity here. And that's what the leaders are teaching when they talk. And I'm very, very inspired by this, and I love this. It's a good concept,
very
good
strong.
humanity, but everyone needs to play on the same path, then it only functions. And this is hard to do, you know, if you don't have systems. But with blockchain systems, it's easier to do.
Yeah, true. So that's the human layer that you apply.
Correct.
And we were speaking about AI, so I'd like to invite you to the Dubai AI campus so we can continue the conversation.
Sure, please.
Yep. Can I ask you, what was one of the hardest moments that you experienced while building your startup?
So Quentin, this is one of the toughest questions you could actually ask me. So there were a lot of ups and downs, but the most downs were actually the hardships which come in the journey. Like for example, as a founder of a project, every project needs to be financed. And we did not really raise too much money at this time. We raised a little bit, but it wasn't enough. But also in our industry, especially Web3 and blockchain, the most projects, they are like wolf in sheep's body. Because in the beginning they all seem like sheep, but then a lot of them turn out to be wolf. And in 2022, so many disasters happened that in 2023 nobody had confidence to invest, and I didn't accept a lot of the money or the very big checks which were offered, which people tell me, you are crazy, you have to accept all the money, but my mindset is a bit different. I like to milestone-based deliver some proof and then go to the next. So running out of money was tough, but thanks God I had some little assets and I also earned some money. So I've been self-funding, selling things, selling a watch, selling a car till now, and we went very far ahead. We are live and we actually looking for these angels to support us, but it's just not easy to convince anymore, because many people who got burnt, even VCs, they're looking for the right numbers, they're looking that you have active users, they're looking for revenue.
And so as this is something completely new, you don't have any competitors, I guess?
I have competitors.
You have competitors, right?
But the competitors, they are fragmented in multiple different companies, because one company does wallets. Like all the wallets are technically, all self-custodial wallets are technically our competitors. But all these self-custodial wallets, most of the use cases they do is what the wallet does, plus financial use cases like DeFi or some staking or something. But we focus into real-world use cases.
Every founder has one lesson that costs them more than any MBA would, in cash, relationship, in time. What is the lesson that you can tell us about today?
There's many lessons which I learned, and many that were painful. I actually like to tell you two of them. First one is that early on, I thought that things will be more easy and quick. And me never launching a startup, but being partner in other businesses, you create some type of confidence which makes you think, make me think that I actually know more than I actually know. But not having the experience, I think one huge lesson is that I wasn't in any startup accelerator or an incubator from day one. Because there are actually people who have exits, smart people who understand how startup work. And just to have some basics better systemized and worked out, it would have probably saved me a lot of money, because then my hiring process most likely would also be different. Me, myself, I made a very wrong hire. And this wrong hire costed me 2 years. It wasn't worthless. I learned a lot, but I didn't receive any product.
Yeah, okay.
I learned a lot, and the product evolved, but it was more like in a laboratory, you know, like testing, researching, testing. It was there, but this was a wrong hire. And if I had a good incubator or startup accelerator, they would have helped me in the selection and how to hire a person better. You know, not just talk 2 times and believe everything the person says. Because for startup founders, when they are a little bit funded, like me, we have money.
Yeah.
Now when we have money, everyone talks our language.
Yeah.
So if this is a new thing, then this is something where overconfidence can lead to mistakes, and that's some of the mistakes I had to deal with. Yeah. Still, we got value out, but ultimately we lost maybe, I would say, at least a year by having some wrong hires, and I learned how to do it better. And if I had this incubator from day one or a good startup accelerator, then this all, I guarantee it would not happen, because the mentors, when I see how they talk, also here in Ignite, they give so much value, and this just helps enormously for any founder.
If you had to draw a line of your startup story or your full career from 2007 to today, what was one event, one decision that shaped everything that happened after? Because, you know, there are lots of things that happen in our life, but usually we speak about 5 or 6 events that made everything different.
Right.
And what was one of yours?
So, Quentin, this question, I'll give you one answer.
Yeah.
I've been here since 2007.
Yeah.
I had down phases. And then you lose some inspiration and stuff. But then I had up phases. And when I went first time in my life to the Majlis of the ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and I managed to shake his hand, I get so much inspiration and energy, because I love the mindset and the vision of the leader. That this is actually what inspired me to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and just building. And I think this is what kept me here, and the whole part with the prosperity and with the win-win and the good civilization for the residents and people. I get very inspired by this, and I think this inspiration kept me in the loop to keep on focusing and even finding these problems which we are solving, just that it took over 10 years to identify some of these problems, I would say.
Now, Matthias, I have 10 questions for you, and you have 5 seconds to answer to all of them. Ready?
Okay. Ready.
Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Bitcoin forever. Bitcoin is the store of value. But Ethereum for functionalities, smart contracts, and consumer actions.
Smart glasses or smartphone in 5 years?
Absolutely smart glasses.
Okay. The most overhyped buzzword in Web3 currently?
Crypto AI trading.
The most underrated idea in Web3 currently?
Definitely real-world gamification and user engagement.
Self-custody for everyone or self-custody for only some of us?
Self-custody for everyone, because self-custody should be a human right from day one.
Human co-founder or AI co-founder?
Definitely human co-founder, but as AI, we have also mini co-founders like Gary 10, because we use their skills.
The first ever crypto you bought, year and price?
Bitcoin, and it was around $500-600, 2016.
Best business decision you made in the last 12 months?
Very clearly registering at Ignite and getting all this valuable information from the mentors and all the smart people who work here.
Thank you, Matthias, for this. And the worst one?
The worst in the last 12 months?
Yeah.
Well, surprisingly, Quentin, I did already so many mistakes before that I did not really did any bad decisions. Perhaps something I missed out, but no bad decisions.
What is the Bonuz product that you're the most proud of?
Perhaps the one which lets users to prove themselves as being valuable value bringers for their counterpart brand, the counterpart club, their membership program, because this way users and humans don't get taken for granted. And on-chain, the value stays forever, which they create, be it taking a picture in a restaurant. And I'm very proud about that because this is what makes them stand out and win long term.
Thanks a lot, Matthias, for the answers and the discussion today.
Thank you, Quentin, for asking this amazing question, having me with you guys in Ignite. It's a big honor.